Assalamu alaikum viewers, I am Farrukh Nadeem with a new tutorial from Aspire. The tutorial we're going to do today will be very useful for you. The reason is that today's topic is basically about tracing, how to convert any image into a vector. That image could be anything. It could be flowers, calligraphy, or anything else where the lines can be traced. So, the sessions? I am bringing the file here. Choose the file size according to your requirements. After that, the next method is to import a bitmap here, and you need to select that bitmap. What should be in the bitmap? What things do you need to keep in mind about the bitmap? All these matters will be discussed today. Normally you all do tracing, but today's tracing is quite special. There are also one or two extra things included in it. I'll show you some tips that can help you improve your image, so stay with me. Subscribe to this channel, like the videos, and especially after you watch this complete video, make sure to leave a comment. Even if you watch offline, come back and leave a comment, because your comments really encourage me. I turn your questions into new videos, and learn expert image tracing now. I asked a question, and that is, when we import something into the software, like an image, a vector, or a 3D model, a lot of problems tend to arise at that point. So how do we resolve those problems? What are the reasons we can import something here? Which vectors can we import? Which 3D models can we import? We will discuss all of this as well. So let's begin. First of all, here I have taken a new file. After opening the new file, the first thing I do is go to Import from here. Import brings files in, while export sends them out. When we create a file in it and save it, it becomes part of that software and its format, and you do all your work while staying within it. But when it comes to export, since the file is made in Aspire, it will only open in Aspire. Similarly, when we want to send a file or any source from one software to another, that's when we use export. In other words, import is for bringing something in. To bring something in or send something out, we use import and export. Now, when we go to the File menu and select Import, we have four options: Vector, Bitmap, 3D Model, and Cut 3D Toolpath. These are the four options, and all four are different from each other. For file transfer, use Import and Export. Under File Import, there are four options: Vector, Bitmap, 3D Model, and Cut 3D Toolpath. Each is unique. Starting with Import Vector. It's simple. Just open all files here, and it will give you a complete list of all the extensions written here. All of these extensions are supported by Aspire software for importing. This is under the Vector option. When you go into Vector, you can search for these extensions on the internet. Some you might already know. Search them online, and you'll get an idea of which extension belongs to which software. Also, keep this in mind when you want to import a file, you should know which software it's from. And when you're trying to bring something in from another software, you need to know which file types our software supports. So even when you're exporting, you have to keep this in mind as well. So to import, identify the source software and ensure the file type is supported. Keep this in mind when exporting. These formats can be imported directly. Here's the software list. Similarly, if I mention another, even within Bitmap, you can see here that you can import specific bitmaps. Here's the list, like BMP, JPG, etc. The whole list is here. These are the extensions you can import into it. Similarly, if I talk about the third option, which is for 3D models, import component 3D model. What is a 3D model? It's something you work on in 3D or import from somewhere else. Import bitmaps or 3D models. You will bring it into the software from here, and when you do that, you can see that it supports so many software programs that you can import files from those software into the directive. So this is the easiest way to understand importing. If I go to Import, here we have Import Photo, vcarve, Machinist, Cut 3D Toolpath. These three software that it has made. You can import the toolpath files from all three of these softwares here. How will it explain to you what this is? Let me give you a little hint. When you move a file from an old version to a new version, you can use this feature to import its toolpath as well. We will discuss this in detail in the next lesson, God willing. Similarly, here we have the export option. When you export a file from this software, you have 5 files, 5 extensions through which you can We want to apply an effect. I need to select a bitmap. After selecting a bitmap, we will proceed here. Here I have an effect. After selecting it, we will apply it. For example, if I apply an effect, you can see the result here. You are already familiar with these things. Some shadows are appearing. The reason I'm showing you this in such detail is so that you understand what the image quality should be for the image you're calling in. So if I do it, look here, some shadows are appearing. Okay, there are some shadows here. The reason I'm showing you this in such detail is so that you know what the image quality should be for the image you're calling in. There shouldn't be any waves, any shadows, or anything like that in it, because when it traces, it follows those as well. So what we need to do first is remove these shadows. Look at this. We have here the Open Picture Editor. I've opened the picture editor, and here we have some features available. The features we can see here include contrast, brightness, and gamma. Now, what is contrast? Understand that it separates black and white, meaning to make 2 different colors completely distinct from each other. It eliminates mixing. Here, I'm going to move it a bit towards darkness. As you can see, doing this solidifies the black areas. Increasing brightness reveals underlying details, but avoid over-increasing it. Keep it at a reasonable level. So these are basically unnecessary options. For this assignment, I don't need them. Look, if I want to round the image, for example, if I select the oval border, it will round the image we selected. But that's not needed, so I'll just apply it, close it, and exit. The first thing is you need to set this setting. After that, I'll zoom in to a specific area where there are some complications visible. See, I've zoomed in here. After selecting it, now we want to trace the image, and here we have the Trace Bitmap option. Look, I've already used a high-resolution picture. You should also keep in mind that whenever you want to trace a picture, you need to use a high-resolution image. If the resolution isn't high, your tracing won't turn out well. But still, the technique I'm about to show you, God willing, it won't turn out very well at all. That is to say, if your initial image isn't high quality, you won't be able to get a good tracing from it. So here we have 2 distinct options. One is specifically for color, and the other is for black and white. First of all, regarding this particular image, we've selected this image right here, and this is used to significantly enhance the image's fading effect. Up here, we have it here. Since our image is already black and white, I'll keep it in black and white mode. After setting it to black and white, now the number of colors, since there are no colors in it, otherwise a list of colors would appear here, we select that. So here, I'll take a preview of it. See, it has traced this image. Now, there's something important to notice here. Look at this step. It created a sharp corner. This is what I wanted to show you. Wherever you go, you'll see here it made a corner. Now, you might be feeling a bit annoyed by these details, thinking, what's the point of going into such fine details? We just want to use the tool in a straightforward way. See this sharp corner? Why focus on fine details when we just use the tool roughly? The customer doesn't pay for this. But brother, the customer is not your identity. Your skill is. Master your craft and the customer will automatically follow. Ignoring errors attracts low-paying clients. Quality work improves your selection, and quality-conscious clients will follow. Market reputation takes time to build. Established market veterans prove this. People say they do excellent work. He's the one who does good work. That's why from day one, I've always been bringing you back to this point. Your geometry should be strong, and your understanding of your own designs should be solid. After that, the next thing is, no matter how much someone is paying you or what level of work you're doing for someone, you have to set your own standards. No one else will set your standards for you. That's why it's important to really understand these fine details. It's very important. Look, this turned out really well. For example, in the middle, what I'm seeing and what I want to point out to you are these steps. What are they? These are steps. Now, if I speak personally, if I talk to you about something other than the router, then you would have to cut this work on a laser, or you would have to use a plotter. These steps are important. Beyond the router, you could cut this work on a laser or plotter. You aren't limited to the router. Many of our users also use lasers. So when you If you have to cut it in a larger size, let's say you have to cut this same design in 5 feet or 4 feet, then these edges, these shapes, will look really odd there. It won't look good. It won't be quality work. It might work in a small size, but in a larger size, it'll cause problems. So understand this point. Now, how do we improve it? First, look here. In the corner fit, the maximum improvement we can make is, for example, if I talk about this corner here, I set it to loose and preview it, you might not notice much of a difference here. But look at the difference here. You can see it. Now, when I tightened it, it made all the corners sharp and tight. You can see it here. Now I'm relaxing it a bit so that the corner doesn't get so tight that it becomes too sharp. For this corner, setting it to loose and previewing might show little change, but look here, you can see the difference. Tightening it makes corners sharp, as seen here. I'll add relaxation so corners don't get too sharp, smoothing them out. Similarly, this noise filter handles the zigzag edges. By relaxing it and opening it slightly, noise is maintained up to 5 pixels. Finally, preview, apply, and close the fading. Now look, it's done and pressed. You can see the result. It smoothed the noise. We're done. I don't accept this. Why? Look, these steps are appearing here. If there's a curve drone, should these steps be there? If there are dots here, should these steps appear in the dots? No, they shouldn't be there. Now, how do we maintain them? If you've drawn a flower petal and a quarter step appears in the petal, would you accept it? Never. I don't accept it. I don't approve of these things. Why? Because the quality of your design should speak for itself. Look, why did this edge appear? These shouldn't appear. The line should be smooth from here to wherever it needs to go. How will you fix them? We'll see how to do all of this with a single command. Look, I've selected this. Here you can see we have 2 layers. I'll just copy and paste this one. Normally, the layers are created automatically, but by copying and pasting, I've made another layer. And now I'll move it to the 3rd layer, new layer 2. I'll label this one as fine here, and I'll also change its color to red. Now look, if there's any portion where you see more errors, just bring that area up front. For example, there's an issue at this corner as well. When you do this yourself, you'll get the idea. Now we need to improve this. So what's the method? We have a command here called curve fit. You already know about it, and you use it too. But today, the way we're going to use it is pretty interesting. Look, I applied curve fit here. Now we have 3 options: circular arcs, Bezier curves, and straight lines. There's also tolerance, keep sharp corner, and this is the degree. For now, don't do anything. Just note this value, 0.01. We'll look at it here. Let me preview it. Look, this new line has been created. See, it automatically made everything completely smooth. Now rotate over the entire design and you'll notice that the segmented parts everywhere have disappeared. Look here, where there was dumping, it has smoothed all of that out. This is a tool that you are already using, but you probably have no idea how useful it actually is. For example, if you look here, You can see it's done. Now, if you set it to 0 here with this, meaning as it increases, I preview it. Earlier, it was at 0.01, but now I've set it to 0.005 to give it even more accuracy. Now look, you can see the difference. See here, this was a corner and it has removed it. Here, there was a corner formed, you can see. You can see this line has passed through and it has removed it. Alright, I'll click OK so you can see and understand it properly. Now look, you can see everything clearly. This line is red. You can see this line has passed through and removed them. Alright, I'll click OK so you can see and understand it properly. Now look, you can see this line is red, and there's another line running here as well. See this? Okay, one is red. Now it has added all the smoothness here. Look, where there was sharpness, it has smoothed it out. So this is the command we use routinely. See, this is the command used in routine work. Here too, you can see it removed the edge and smoothed it out. So I really hope that you have understood this thing. After smoothing it out, this is our routine command. It removes edges effectively. I hope you understand how this shape works. You can import any design, trace it, and then apply this fitting feature as shown. Be sure to use it. With this feature, all the edges in your design will be smoothed out. This command is used in many other places as well. God willing, in a future session, I will share with you another major benefit of this command, something that causes a big problem for many of you, which you often encounter. I will definitely share that with you, God willing. I would also like to request you to invite others to the channel. This feature smooths all design edges and is used frequently. In a future session, I'll share another major benefit that solves a common problem many of you face. I will definitely share that with you. Please invite others to the channel, share on your social media platforms, like, and comment, as your feedback shapes future videos. Your questions become my tasks for new content. I'm regularly providing new techniques and tips. Stay with me. I value your prayers. Please remember me in your prayers. We'll meet again soon with a new technique. Allah Hafiz.